evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. Tonight's feature presentation starts with apple pie and ends with axe murder. You've never seen this video before. It's a Crime Circus exclusive, and it's being released right now. You may be familiar with the Carlos Hallowell case because I released the second interrogation. This is the first. You may have seen the 1-hour-long audio slideshow that I presented to you, but then you demanded video of it. So I got the video, and it's over twice as long as the audio version. You demanded it, I obtained it, now we're going to watch it together. You see, Carlos was adopted at age 4. He was brought into this woman's house, and she installed security cameras. And then Carlos put an axe in her skull. So tell me, is there something in the water? Or is it in the pie? Anyways, let's see what Carlos has to say for himself.
Hold on, Carlos. Hi. Doing all right? Hanging in there, man?
Just trying to accept the fact.
Once again, my name is Detective Ramos, Lieutenant Ball. So the reason we brought you out here, and we're just trying to talk to you, see if you could, help us out and let us know what all took place.
Okay. My mother and I came back from the funeral, and we had lunch together. We had pie together, and the last time I saw her was around 2:30, 3. We both went to our separate rooms to take our naps for the day, which is what we normally do. And then about a couple hours later, I don't remember the time, I hear barking from my side of the house, which is abnormal. Our dogs are supposed to be in that little fenced-in area. So I walk out to the front door. My mom's door is closed as always, but she does let the dogs out every now and then while she's taking a nap to just let them go to the bathroom. So the front door was wide open. I figured she might have forgotten to close it. And I looked outside. Our dog, the 2 green gates that you guys walked through, completely open. Every now and then my mom sometimes does that. She's getting older and she forgets things very easily now. She was. So went to go find the dogs, checked around the property looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I went to go wake my mom up to help me find them, and then I found her there.
What funeral did you go to?
We went to her friend's, Kathy, I forget her last name. It was in St. Petersburg. The whole family was there, close friend families. We weren't directly related to them.
Wasn't the funeral in the morning?
Yes, sir.
What time you guys got down to St. Pete?
Around 11, I think.
What time when you guys left from St. Pete?
I couldn't tell you. We just took off. After the funeral was over, we had brunch and then we left.
Where you guys having lunch at?
Also at the church. I forget the name of the church, but we had, all our family was there. We said hi to everybody.
So you had pie?
My mom and I stopped at her favorite place to stop to when she lived in St. Pete to get pie, and we brought him home with us. We both like to eat pie.
What kind of pie was that, man?
She had, I forget what she had, something fancy. I always eat apple pie, and that's kind of like my mom's and I tradition thing.
Coach, just before we get any further into anything, we don't really know what we've got, okay?
Correct.
So,
I understand.
Anytime we talk to somebody, especially if we bring them down here, we read Miranda. Do you know what that is? Your rights.
Yes. Yes.
Probably seen it on TV. Doesn't mean you're in trouble. Doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's what we do.
Right.
Especially 2 of us in here talking to you. Some people can get pretty uptight about it.
Right.
So we just want to make sure we read it, you understand it, and you know what your rights are. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand
Yes,
what
sir.
I just read to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I need to explain anything to you?
Yes,
I
sir.
know you're 17, you're not 18 yet or anything like that, so I mean, it's probably all kind of new to you.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to ask you a few questions. You have any problems answering any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, so what time did you guys go to the funeral today?
We left around 8 o'clock
In the morning?
in the morning. Yes,
And
sir.
it's in St. Pete?
Yes, sir.
Okay. About 2 hour and a half drive maybe?
About. We showed up there on time, a little bit early.
What time was the funeral?
I don't remember. I fell asleep on the ride there. I usually fall asleep on the ride there.
But you don't remember what time the funeral was scheduled for?
No, I don't. My mom just said, let's go. I didn't know the ride. I didn't know many details of the funeral. I just knew my mom wanted me to be there.
Right. You didn't really know the person?
I knew Kathy because the Williams have a brunch every December where all the generations, family and family friends, close family friends get together. So I knew Kathy, but I didn't know her as well as my mom did. Apparently they grew up together.
How old was Kathy? Same age as your
My
mom?
mother was 58, so she was 59. I think 59.
Still pretty young.
Yeah.
What'd she die of?
I think it was cancer. I'm not sure what it was. I don't remember.
Okay.
The funeral wasn't talking much about her. It was mostly just a celebration of life or something like that.
Right. Sounds about right. So how long did it last?
Not too long. My mom read a scripture verse in there too as well. I forget which verse it was, but she was a part of it.
Okay. And then you guys left about what time?
I can't say. After the funeral, they invited us to eat brunch in the church, and we all just moved down there. We started eating, conversating with everybody, just making memories of Kathy, pretty much.
And then you guys end up leaving at some point?
Yes. I don't remember what time we left, but it was 12 maybe-ish,
Right.
something like that.
Okay. And then you go stop and grab pie on the way back?
Yes, right before we hit the interstate. I forget what place we went to. But we bought 2 full pies, ready to eat them when we get back home.
So you didn't eat the pie, you just grabbed them and then left?
We ate at home.
Okay. So you guys get back in around 2:30, you said?
Around there, yeah.
Okay. Did your mom leave to go anywhere else during the day after coming back?
She said she had to go out to get some groceries, but I don't know if she left or not. I was in my room. I was already sleeping, and usually when we go in each other's rooms, it's just private time. We don't really bother each other that much. It's our own time away from each other.
Okay. So you don't know if she left to go anywhere else or something?
I don't. I usually don't know. I'm a heavy sleeper, and I sleep on that side of the house. Her car's where the garage is, so I usually can't hear it, nor do I know. I usually have something playing in the background to help me fall asleep.
Do you remember at any time, what time you went to bed or take a nap?
No. The only thing I remember was waking up to the dog barking next to my room, which was odd.
Right. As soon as you got home, what happened from the funeral?
We ate pie. We both decided to take our naps. She went into her room, I went into mine, and I watched a couple of things on YouTube and fell asleep and got up again and texted people and fell back to sleep. Usually we stay in there for about 2 or 3 hours to give ourselves time, our own separate time throughout the day.
Did you talk to anybody at all on the phone?
No, I was texting my girlfriend, some friends about work. That was pretty much it.
Where you work at?
I applied to the Cove, and I was texting some buddies who work there and see if I can get some recommendations and stuff.
Oh, okay. You were texting your girlfriend throughout the day or after you were taking a nap or?
It was after the funeral. I texted her mainly, and then before I went to sleep for the nap, and then after that I was out.
How long was the nap, more or less?
Definitely slept for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then from there I just kind of like fiddled on my phone playing games.
So you was already awake then when the dogs were barking?
No, that did wake me up. I fell back to sleep. Like I woke up after about a 2 hour nap, played on my phone, and fell back to sleep. Because my mom wasn't up yet. Usually when I hear her being up, then I go outside, but I didn't hear her up, so I'll just let her have her space.
So when you guys normally take spaces, your naps, you guys
Yes.
don't talk to one another?
No,
or?
it's very common for us. We just like to have our own time throughout the day, because we do bicker and argue when we spend too much time together. So we've learned how to cope with it and just give ourselves space, and we get along fine.
Did you guys bicker, argue, anything today?
No, today was fine. Completely normal day. In fact, it was a really good day. We got pie. That was a special treat. So that was good.
Mm-hmm.
How often when you guys do bicker, what is it normally about?
Could you repeat that again?
When you guys do bicker, what do you guys bicker about?
It's small things, school, getting a job, or when I'm gonna see my girlfriend too much. Just small things, just like that. It wasn't any big fights or anything like that. It was just back and forth.
When you see your girlfriend, how do you get? Does she come to you? You go to her?
I usually drive to her, and then sometimes she'll get dropped off at our house, or I'll pick her up and take her to my house.
When was the last time you and your mom got into an argument?
A while ago. I couldn't even tell you when. We've been fine since I moved back into the house.
You moved out?
I did. For a period of time, my mom was really upset with me because I wasn't following the path of school and everything, so she told me if I didn't get my act together, she'd ask me to find somewhere else to live for a little bit until I got my stuff together, and then I eventually did.
When did you move out?
I don't remember. I really don't remember any of that time.
A month at least? Was it like January, February, March? And then
What's this month?
July.
July. So I want to say end of school and kind of like a month in summer, so whatever month that is.
what school you was going to?
I was at Citrus High School, but then I graduated from CERMI, online school in Ocala.
Did you get expelled or sent to Renaissance?
Well, I got sent to Renaissance, but my mom and I declined it, and we just moved counties because it's professional courtesy.
And you said that was back when, in January?
Early January, yes.
During January, that's when you moved out. Where did you go to?
I went to a friend's place, Stephanie and Damian Irving.
Where they stay at?
In the Highlands, South Marathon Terrace, somewhere on that road. Although, if possible, I'd prefer that you guys don't talk to them. We kind of had a bad fallout.
What happened with that?
Well, they wanted to take legal custody of me. I did not want that. They felt like me being at home wasn't a good environment, but they didn't really understand what my mom and I were trying to get at. She was more worried about my school, I was more worried about partying and such, and I understood it. And then eventually, by the end of that month or so, I started seeing my mom more again, and then she realized I straightened up my act and invited me back into the house.
What's Stephanie's last name? I'm sorry.
Irving.
Irvin?
Yes. And they thought I used them for staying there.
How old are they? Are they like school kids? Or
No, they're adults, 30s, stuff like that.
How did you come across Stephanie?
From a friend, Daniel Holder. He was like, hey, come hang out at Steph and Damian's, and ended up meeting them. Apparently a lot of my friends knew them as well. Kylie, Imogen, and I knew their niece, Erica Mazer, off of social media.
Does her niece live with them? Or the kids live with them? Or
No,
that's a house with parties to hang out?
No, the niece lives with them now for the summer because she's doing a summer internship here, but she goes to school in Tampa.
So Stephanie and them don't have kids of their own?
She has one kid of her own named Sydney. She's grown, lives in Michigan.
So there's no kids there now?
No.
You guys just like to go over there to hang out?
Yes.
So you got your act together.
Correct.
You ended up, mom was like, you know what, come back in.
And that was right after you graduated?
No, I graduated at home. I was doing my schoolwork for actually doing it, and she saw the change, and she believed that I was actually going to get things done. So I graduated at home, and then we got me signed up at WTC for welding courses, and now I was just looking for a job, so she was happy with the track I was on.
How long have you been home?
Half the summer now, I think.
So it was right around the time that you graduated? You said you graduated while you were at home. So.
Yes, I graduated 2 or 3 weeks after I was home. I finished my online classes officially.
Mm-hmm. So it hasn't been that long. It's only been like maybe a month and a half, or maybe most.
So you're saying things have gotten better between you two?
Yes, definitely. My mom and I have always had a very close bond, and a lot of people didn't really understand me and my mom, and we've been through a lot together. So, I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't do for her or anything. So, I just don't know what happened. I was completely confused. Doors were open. It was completely unusual, but her door was still closed. And then when I opened it,
what do you mean doors were open?
Front door, and then the gates were completely open.
Mm-hmm.
Which never supposed to be like that.
Which gates?
The ones that you guys came through, the green ones.
Right.
They're supposed to stay closed to keep the dogs inside. We go in and out of them to get to our vehicles.
So is there more than one gate?
There's a gate where you guys enter and the gate on the opposite side.
Okay.
So the gate in the back was still closed?
They were both open.
They were both open?
Both open. Front door was open. And that was completely weird. Sometimes my mom leaves the front door open on accident, but usually not the side doors. It's very odd for her, so I thought something was up. And then when I went to her room...
What were the dogs at when they were barking?
Our first 2 dogs, Lou and Firecracker, took off. I couldn't even find them. And then the aggressive one, Noelle, was barking on the window on the right side of my room. So she was on the right side of the house.
So one facing your house, dog on the right?
This was the house, and then it was right here on that side, that wall. And she was barking towards the lake, and then eventually when I came out, she was just all over the place trying to sniff and go wherever and wander, because they don't get out of the gate.
The gate of the house or a gate? Like
the little gate that we have there, the little closed-in area.
Where you were sitting at when we got there?
Yes, that little area is where they roam in.
What was that when Noelle was at, in that little gated area?
No, she was outside of that gate.
Outside that gate?
Yes. All the dogs were everywhere. I couldn't even find the other 2. And I heard them over at the neighbor's property because I could hear their dogs barking at ours.
Were any other doors in the house open or closed? Or
no, all the other doors were closed. The front door was the only one open.
What about the garage?
I went through there, but didn't. I forgot to close it all the way. But that was like right at the time. Like I was going through, coming back. Dogs are up. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, time to get mom. Why is everything open? Walked in.
But the garage door itself is always open or closed?
Yes, we open it during the day and then we close it at night.
So it stays open during the whole day?
Yes.
So what did you see when you walked into your mom's room?
It was our axe in the side of my mom's skull, and I could still hear her trying to breathe.
What do you mean, our axe? What?
The axe that was in her is the axe that belongs to us.
Where was that at?
It's supposed to be in our shed.
The white one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Where is it normally kept at in the garage? I mean, in the shed.
There are buckets right on the right that we put all of our stuff in, and it's usually right in there. Right to the right where all of the work materials are is right there.
What would you guys be using the axe for?
We have a lot of trees that are down. We have a chainsaw, but sometimes it's not working, and then sometimes there's small trees, so we'll just hack them up and then throw them in the burn pile or just discard of them inside of the woods.
Right. So when was the last time you even used it?
Used it 2 days ago-ish. It was one of the days when it was raining really bad. We had a small tree fall down across the road, So my mom and I just hacked it up and threw it in the woods.
Your mom used it?
Yes.
And she used it that day, a couple days ago?
Think so. Maybe. I'm not sure. I know she got it for me because I was already down at the road looking at the tree where if I could just move it myself or if we did have to hack it up.
Did you use it at all today?
No.
How come you told one of the deputies that you did use it today?
I did?
Mm-hmm.
I had a machete. I don't remember saying I used my axe today.
Yeah, that's what they told us, is that you said that you had handled it today. Maybe they confused it with the machete.
I think so.
What was going on with the machete?
My machete, I keep that in my room. That's my own little personal protective thing. My mom has a snake charmer in her room. I have the machete in there, and I usually sharpen it on the weekends and just fiddle around with it. My mom knows I like to sharpen my knives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys could collect knives and stuff?
I used to, and then I started losing them, but the machete was my grandfather's, so my mom gave it to me, just kind of passing it down, I guess. I'm not sure. We had another one inside the garage that was hers, I guess, but I always used that one.
How does yours look like?
Mine's brown, brown handle, rusted blade, but the tip of it's clean just because I sharpen it.
How big is it?
Not that big, about this long.
That's with the handle?
Yes. I use it to hack up trees, and then I just keep it in my room for protection.
Do you have any problems out there where you need it for protection or anything?
We've had
a
couple intruders, so my mom likes to keep things private, which is why we have a lot of those signs that say surveillance or beware of dog and stuff like that.
You guys actually got surveillance up?
No.
No. Just like a scare tactic.
We have one camera on the side of the house that doesn't even work. It's just there, just for looks.
When was the last time you had any problems with anyone?
A while ago, a long while ago. Our neighbor, Rick, even came to our property with his small handheld gun to make sure no one was there, and no one was there, at least.
What happened that day with Rick?
I don't exactly remember, to be honest with you. I just remember him being over at the property, like looking around, seeing if there was an intruder.
Did he tell you there was an intruder, or did you tell him it was an intruder?
I don't remember. I think it was my mom, and then Rick came over because I just saw him out in the yard with a gun, and I was like, what's going on, blah, 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 and my mom was like, okay. And then we've had an instance where when I was really young, someone was on the property and scratched big old cross inside one of our screens trying to get in the house.
And with Rick, how far back was that?
A long time ago. I was young. I was like 5, 6.
And how old are you now?
17.
About 12 years ago?
Yeah.
You ever had no problems since then? That was the last time you had a problem, was 12 years ago?
No. When Rick came over, that was about, I want to say that's like 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago, Rick?
Yeah, and then on and off, we've heard things in the woods, sound like people running through, but we kind of expect that. We live in the woods. We don't really know what's in there.
Animals, you got like animals around? What kind of animals you got?
We know animals when they're in there, but there are some noises we just like, ooh, weird. So we do carry firearms.
What kind of guns you guys got in the house?
In the house, my mother has a snake charmer in her room. I no longer have possession of my rifle. I don't know where she put it. We were supposed to go shooting. And then she also has a concealed weapons permit, and she has a Sky CPX-1, a 9mm.
What kind of rifle you had?
I had a 783 duck certified Winchester.
And you don't have it anymore?
No, my mom likes to keep all the guns in one place, and when we bring it out to go shooting, she'll let me have it. I'll clean it, polish it off, and then get it ready for when we go shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you lose it? You said you lost it. Why did she take it from you?
She thought that it was a bad idea that I was to keep one in my room, because I tried to tell her when we bought it at the gun fair that I thought it was legal for 16 and up to have a rifle, just not a handgun. And she just was very overly cautious about it after a while and just kind of took it. She thought it wasn't a good idea at all.
You got it from the gun show?
Yes.
Got a good price on it?
$300.
Not bad, yeah.
It was a nice scope too.
Yeah. Were you there in Inverness? At the gun show there?
No, it was the gun show in Crystal River. They were doing the thing up there.
Hmm.
I was supposed to try to sell my gun at the one here tomorrow to kind of help pay for some schooling stuff, some books.
For WTC?
Mm-hmm.
Did you start already?
No.
When are you supposed to start with WTC?
January for sure, but maybe August if the waiting list.
Oh, for this August?
Yes.
Well, there's a long list. Well, enough.
There's only like 4 people in front of me, so with hope. They said that usually 5 or 6 people drop out.
It's crazy. It's a good profession. You know how to weld already?
No.
First time, never touched a welder, no nothing?
No, I work with my hands, so I figured it would be the best route for me. School wasn't cutting it.
What kind of work you do?
Just about anything on that property that needs work, I do it. And then if family members or other people, not family members, but other people around the property need help with stuff, I'll do it. I just always been working with my hands.
What kind of side jobs you do it for?
Ron and Judy, sometimes they help me. They have me help them with their cars. Some people just have me help them mow their lawns or pressure wash or stuff like that. It's not strenuous stuff because I didn't really have a job. I was just here or there.
Because volunteer, they actually pay you for it?
Volunteer, because they're close people.
Looking out for one after another?
Yeah.
So it's just you and your mom in the house?
Yes, that's literally our entire family.
No other family around?
No.
No uncles, no brothers, no nothing?
Mm-mm. My mom's uncle or whatever passed away 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Who was the family you were talking about us contacting?
Ron and Judy Embling. They're not family, but they've become family because we attend the same church they do, and they've seen me grow up since I was small.
Okay. Just family friend then.
Correct.
What church you guys go to?
First Presbyterian Church of Inverness.
Been going there for a while?
Yes. Ever since we moved up here.
How long ago was that?
10 years ago? 10 or 11. Yeah.
You say you had a strange relationship with your mom and your friends didn't understand it. What you mean about that?
Well, my mom and I, the way we showed each other affection was odd to some of my friends. It was just the way we interacted with each other. Like, we would go days without speaking to each other, and then one day we'd be like, yo, you want to go watch a movie or something? And then we'd go watch a movie. That was just us being us.
What do you mean by that affection, though?
Like, it just, every now and then we'd say I love you or something like that, or it's just a fist bump. Like, a lot of my friends, they were like, oh, we tell my mom I love you every night. We see her all the time, blah, blah, blah. Well, we weren't really like that. My mom and I were just independent people. She liked to have her own space. I liked to have my own space, and we just met when we did. And whenever we felt like we wanted to just kind of hang out with each other, we did. And we made it work. It's been amazing for 13 years.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
I don't know why your friends thinking that's strange about
well,
it.
they don't. They just think that that's not correct affection or something like that. I don't know. They're
Fist
used
bumpers,
to.
I might do that now with my kids.
Yeah.
Fist bump them.
Yep.
Ain't no wrong. I even do it on my 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it goes.
I don't think it what's so strange about that.
No.
You know, saying I love you, so it's no more affection.
Mm-hmm. My mom just didn't do high fives, just fist bumps, because she was a teacher, so she was always scared about germs.
How long she was a teacher for?
13, 15 years. She's coming up on retirement. She has 4 more years.
What school?
She teaches right now currently at Liberty Middle School teaching autism students.
What grade? Is there a certain grade?
It was all middle school.
All middle?
6, 7, and 8.
Liberty, is that in Marion County?
Yes, sir.
You say you used online Marion County School as well? How does that work out?
CERMI, what they do is they grant some kids the opportunity to stay home and do the classes online. It's kind of like FOVS. And they gave me that opportunity because I had no previous record of any trouble with school, no disciplinary actions or anything. It was just one time I had that little bit and they caught me in the no tolerance rule, which I understand and respect. So I wasn't having that big fight over it.
Gotcha. So you didn't have to go out, you didn't have to drive to school back and forth. You just logged in, did
I
your work.
Just stayed at home, logged in, and then went to work if I had work at the time, or just stayed at home.
When was the last time you saw your girlfriend?
2 days ago.
Everything cool with her?
Yeah.
She get along with your mom?
Oh yeah, very well.
The mom got along with her? 'Cause
Yes,
I know
very well.
moms and their sons, you know how that goes sometimes. Right?
Yeah, no, they got along very well.
Really?
Very well, actually.
How long you been dating?
Just over 6 months.
What was her name?
Kayla.
What's her last name? Kayla's.
Cook.
What school she going to? Citrus?
Yes, sir.
She's still going to Citrus?
Yes, sir.
What grade is she in?
She's a junior.
She's going into junior or
Yes.
coming into senior?
Going into junior.
Where she lives at?
In Florida City.
Not too far from you?
Not too far, no. About 10 minutes.
Not bad, though. It's not to get the dry water like the Denali or something like that, just
No,
to say
just-
hi.
Go to her house.
You got any problems with your girlfriend? Any arguments, fighting, anything like that?
Nope.
No?
We are a pretty good couple. We don't really fight that much. And if it is, it's small stuff.
Screaming and punching and all like that. She hasn't got to the point yet.
No.
Because she's still in that honeymoon phase?
Yes.
Okay.
Waiting for that one to end.
Planning on marrying this chick?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's serious, huh?
I know her family pretty well. They like me, so man, just feels like it fits.
How long have you known her?
About a year now.
Yeah, so it's not like you just say, hey, how you doing? You be my girlfriend? And it's like, so you knew her before?
Yeah.
Before you got that point? What were you watching on YouTube?
Originally I was watching something like an anime, 7 Deadly Sins, baseball. That was pretty much it.
Like baseball?
Yes.
What was your team?
I was watching bad calls, like umpires making bad calls and then people getting ejected for the bad call and stuff like that.
I heard this was going to answer replay on baseball, man. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but
Was this something you were like on a computer or on your phone? Or
I was just on my phone watching it. Every now and then I put it on my TV or something, and it's whatever I happen to use at the time.
I think they brought your phone with you.
Yes,
right?
I can hear it.
Generally, situations like this, we usually look at all the phones and what have you. You have any problem with us going in? Take a
No,
look
that's
at-
completely fine. That's cool.
my password. Let me make sure I got it written down here.
So let's talk about your mom.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, we're not looking at an accidental situation here, right?
Yeah.
Somebody put an axe in the back of her head. Who would have done that?
I don't know anybody who would have done that. All my mom's close friends, anything would be people at church. This is the only people that I know.
She don't have any enemies?
Not that I know of. She
People that,
kept to herself. So,
you guys are kind of out there in the middle.
yeah, we're in
Nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere. We just keep to ourselves. We put signs up because we've had small intruders, and then we hear noises at night. So she just puts all that stuff up for safety.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
She hasn't had any problems with anybody?
Not that I know of. She also stays private from me as well. I only know what I need to know.
Does she have a cell phone too?
Yes.
Where does she usually keep that?
Usually keeps it on her nightstand.
Okay.
You know, more boyfriends or anything? She had issues with boyfriends, or
Not that I know. If she did, I didn't know about it.
when was the last time she ever had a boyfriend come over or anything like that? Ever did?
Never, not since I've been home.
You've been 10 years?
Since I've been adopted. I've been here 13.
13. And there no other person, and no man, no other family members or nothing?
Never known any.
You have any enemies? Anyone that's trying to come after you for anything?
Yeah, I got one person, but they don't even know where I live. I don't know.
What's the beef between you and this other person?
Something about he and my friend had a bad drug deal or something like that, and apparently just because I was connected to my friend, he had beef with me, blah, blah, blah. And then he disrespected me, my family, and my girlfriend. So we fought each other. Physical fought, and we moved past it.
How long ago was that?
A month ago. About a month.
So that got squashed, and no other problems ever after that?
No, he just talks crap every now and then, but he doesn't do anything about it. And we've pretty much all let it go.
And who else comes to the house besides your girlfriend?
That's it.
Just your girlfriend?
Just my friends, but my mom doesn't let them on the property, so they got to meet me at the gate, or I go to them.
Why she want your peoples on the property?
She doesn't like people on the property.
No?
It's her private property. She's always been really strict about that.
So you don't have no enemies. She has no enemies.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
You can't even see your house from the roadway.
No,
it's not like you're just having to drive by and be like, oh, look at your house. Your house is pretty much covered up.
Yeah, we're way back there. The only other entrance is through the lake. That's it. Which we have constant airboats and random people going through in and out, but no one's ever come by our dock. We have a boat right there, so no one docks or anything.
And we see that your back doors are all keyed.
Yes.
You can't even open it from the inside.
Yeah, from the inside?
The inside, right? You had to use a key to get in? You had to go out by using a key?
Yes.
Who has that key?
My mom and I do. On my car key somewhere, wherever she has them.
They're all locked, though.
They should be locked.
Yeah.
All of them stay locked unless we're going out. The front door sometimes stays unlocked depending if the dogs are coming in and out. And if not, it's double locked when we're in for the night.
So no other people you could cut just phantom who could be, coming onto the property.
That's the only person I know is Aiden. And he did disrespect me and my family, but I don't.
But he has beef with you, so if anything, he would have.
Yeah, he would have come after me. Yeah, so I had no idea who would come into my house and do that because I didn't have any enemies. I got along with everybody. My mom didn't either. The whole church knew us. Everybody knows us. Mom and son. Everybody loved us.
So when you guys came in, when you first pulled back up, ate your guys' pie, was the front door open or closed at that time?
Closed.
It was closed at the time. So you guys come in. Who got it? Who walked in the house first? You or your mom?
I did.
Then your mom's behind you. She closed the door.
Correct.
Where the dogs are normally kept at?
They're either inside the house in the living room, or they go to her room when she takes a nap, or she leaves them out in the living room depending on where they want to go. And then sometimes she'll let them outside and just leave them out there.
In a little gated area.
Yes.
So you guys walk in. Mm-hmm. You guys have pie.
Right.
What did you guys have pie at?
Right on the dinner table.
On the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic plates, silverware.
No, we just ate right out of the box because we each had our own separate pies.
Did you even like half of it? Or you only had a little piece?
Yeah, just a slice. Just a slice. Yeah. We usually do. We just eat a slice, save it. We savor it because we're used to kind of living paycheck to paycheck because of a teacher and being a single parent. So we make things last, and she doesn't get paid over the summer.
Gotcha. So you guys are done at the dining table.
Correct.
What you guys do? What do you guys do with the pies?
Put them in the fridge, and then we parted ways. I went to my bathroom, and then I went to my room. And then my mom was just out in the living room, out and about, doing whatever, and I finally heard her go to her room. At
that time, when she went into her room, did you just hear her just footsteps going in her room? It was the door open, close. Did you hear her slam the damn door, or?
No, it was just normal. I heard her walking in her room, and then her door closed.
Was her TV on? Did she watch TV before it was?
Yeah, she had her TV on. I think she had it on the sleep mode, which is normally what she does. She'll put it on sleep, and then after a certain time, it'll turn off.
Did you hear the TV from your room?
Oh no, I can never hear it.
So you don't know if the TV was on or off then?
But she usually has it.
What she normally does?
Yeah, so I assume.
So you go to the bathroom and then go back into your room?
Mm-hmm. And then I've stayed there the whole time.
Until the dog started barking?
Yeah, and then I heard the dog barking from where it shouldn't. And I was like, oh, okay. Went outside to check. So they've sometimes slipped through the little cracks. But when I went out, the doors were completely open. The gate doors were completely open, and so was the front door.
So when you walk out, you see, was it Noel? Was that Noel barking? What do you do then? Do you just go out and do you call them? Do you go to their dog?
I go to them, and she's not able really to get picked up, so we just kind of move her inside.
What's wrong with her?
She rescue, so she doesn't really trust people that well. She trusts me and my mom when we're inside, but once we're outside, she'll...
All bets are off?
Yeah.
So then you school her back in, and then what?
I try to find the other ones, and I can't. I call them, so then I go inside. And
What did you do with Noelle?
I just threw her inside and just pushed her in.
Kept the door open, closed? Was
Closed.
that to the front door?
Yeah. So I pushed her in, closed it so she wouldn't get back out, and then I tried getting the other ones and called their names and stuff. And you usually run off to the front of the gate, the big green gate, and then they go to the neighbor's property and pee everywhere.
So where did you find Firecracker and what was the name of the dog?
Lou. I did not.
You never found them?
No, they came back.
You never know where were you when they came back?
I was in the gate. You guys were all here.
Where you were sitting at?
They were off. I was trying to find them, and then I saw my mom. Called you guys immediately, and just was more focused on my mom than I really was the dogs at that point.
So the dogs are gone. So you walk out. You see Noelle. So, oh man, Noelle. So you get out your fence. You walk around to her, and you scooter her in. You get her inside the house. You close the door.
Right.
Then from there, in the little gated area, did you ever leave that area? Or you stayed right there in that little gated area and just called for them?
No, I left. Went down the road because I usually can either find them at the gate or they'll be down to the neighbor's property. But I didn't feel like going all the way down there, so I was just be like, "Hey, Mom, you want to help me find the dogs?" Because they don't go far.
So you went up to the front gate.
Correct.
Called them. Firecracker.
Yeah. And they didn't come back, so I walked back as well.
And what did you do then once you got back to the house?
I just walked inside and was going to get my mom up. Wanted to go help me find the dogs. And
so then what? You see her? What happened? What was your reaction? What was it that you was trying
to... Originally, I was shocked, but then I ran to her, shaked her a little bit, and then I could hear her breathing, and then I just started crying, yelling out, "Mom, I'm getting help." Called 911.
So when you come back in, was her door open or closed at that time?
Still closed.
It's still closed? So you open the door, see her. How did you call 911?
With my phone.
With your phone? So you saw her, shook her, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Told her, "Hey, I'll be right back."
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting help. I could still hear her breathing, so I immediately called 911. And the lady instructed me to stay out of the house.
So that's when you went out the house?
Yes.
You went out to the front door? And then what happened?
And then I just waited for you guys to come, and she stayed on the phone with me. I was still also trying to find the dogs because I didn't want everybody being all over the place while this was going on.
So you're on the phone with a 911 operator?
Yes.
Out front in a little gated area?
Yes.
And then what she's telling you?
She was telling me give address, phone number, stuff like that, and then what was the emergency, blah blah blah. And then she said, "I'm gonna stay on the line with you, trying to keep me calm."
And you just stayed right there, or did you?
I had to go up to the gate to open it for the deputies to get through.
So the gate was closed then?
Correct. I just walked up, closed, came back.
So when the dog got out, the gate was closed when the dogs got out?
Yeah, there's openings through there. They're small enough dogs, they just squeeze right through.
So then you went in, and that's when he came in and said, "Oh man, the gate's closed. I gotta go and open it." So you went over there and opened it for them?
Yes, because I remember from going up, it was closed, and I was trying to get them in as fast as possible.
Well, when did they show up, the dogs?
The dogs?
Yeah.
Halfway between you guys being there, they just came over from the neighbor's property. They got bored hanging out with those other dogs. Then.
Which side? They came from the right side, left side?
If you're facing the road, it's on the right side.
So if I'm coming out your house, I would have to make a right?
Yeah. It's Amy Alfred's. They have outside dogs that they go bark at. Amy Alfred. She's a very close family friend as well. She's grown up there with my mom for years.
That's the house where basically Dodge ends at?
Yes.
What about the people on the left-hand side? That kind of almost intersect into your property.
It was the property of Gene and Jim Livingston. They got too old, and now it's their sons, I think. I forget his name. But that used to also be the hangout place, because when they were both alive and there, they were kind of like grandparents, and then when they moved out, just kind of no one really went on that property.
Which house does Rick stay at then?
Rick is on the one, if you're looking at the road to the left.
Where the older couple was at, where the son is moving into now, or no?
No, the red gate where the deputies were right in front of, that's Rick's. The gate right before ours, I don't know if it's green or black, but that is the Livingston's, and then there's Amy Alfred's.
All right. So,
whose property is it that, like, before, when you're walking up to the house, if you peer to the left, there's like a little fire pit looking thing with the flowers?
That is ours.
Huh?
That is ours, yeah.
Not yet, but on the other side of that?
That is the Livingston's.
Livingston's property, okay.
So you come out, you go and open up the gate. Do you guys lock it? How's the gate normally secured?
We just have bungee cords on there, and they just hook on. So it's,
So
yeah.
you went, unbungeed it,
Yeah, just
opened it, and then what you do after you open the gate?
I ran back to the house and just stayed in front, that little gated area, because she said not to go back in the house.
So once you came out that one time, the call 911, and you never went back inside the house?
She told me not to go back in the house.
So how many times did you go back in and out the house?
Once.
Just the once?
Because I went in, go find my mom, and then I called 911, ran out, and she instructed me to stay out.
So when did you go to the side garage door?
I went through that previous to that. It was like through before I went to bed, and then like after we ate pie, because we go in and out all the time, and I'm supposed to fix my car today, or was supposed to, and I just kind of went out there and forgot to close it all the way. It sticks.
But you said you ate pie and went to sleep.
Well, okay, ate pie, went to go take care of my tools, and then went to bed. And then after that, my mom was still wrestling around, and then went to bed.
So when did you go to the bathroom?
Also before I went to bed.
So if we rewind it, you're having pie.
Correct.
All right.
And we were done. I went outside to go make sure my tools were ready for when I woke up. Went to the bathroom. Went to sleep. Or in my room.
Did you leave the side door open?
Yes, apparently. Because it sticks. So I didn't realize it wasn't closed all the way. My mom does the same thing too.
If it sticks, then it shouldn't open.
No, we can get it open easily. Is when you close it, the hinge like puts it right in front. So when you close it, you have to push it in hard. Sometimes it sounds like it clicks, but it doesn't.
Yeah, but you said when you got up, the only door that was open was the front door.
I didn't notice the back door was open still until after the fact.
When did you notice the side door? When did you notice the garage door then?
When a deputy was there and they were asking me which way they should go in, they said, "Could you go in this way?" I said yes, and I realized it was still open. Because I didn't go through the garage after I fell asleep, or any time after that. I only went through before I went to bed. And when I checked around the house, I didn't even go near the garage, so I didn't even think to look there.
Yeah, but that garage door, you can see it from your living room.
There?
Yeah.
Nice.
If you stand there, I could see straight into your living room, because you guys got a little baby gate, don't you? Like a little...
Yeah, for the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't notice it. I mean, I'm going to go get the dogs. It's not something we look at and stare at every day. We just go about our business.
But you come in, that side door is right next to that same little gated area. You have to walk in and out of that.
Correct.
So you're saying as you're going in and out that little side gate a few times to get the dogs...
I only went out this way, towards the left, and then I closed that side. I never went out that way. Noelle was down by my room, that area. So I went over, closed that one, so I never even saw the garage door, the back door open. So
best of your knowledge, you're saying is you did your tools.
Yes.
Closed the door.
I thought I did.
And then went to sleep.
Yes, correct. And then my mom was still up, doing whatever, and then I heard her go back to her room and close the door.
So your mom went to her room and now came out and went back to her room again?
Yeah, she does that all the time. She'll get up, get tea, she'll get up, get water, do whatever. And she doesn't always sleep, deep sleep like I do. She's a restless sleeper. She hears everything. So she'll always get up here or there.
The story's changing as we keep going. It just keeps changing and changing. You went from...
What's changing?
You talking about, she went to, you heard her.
Okay.
You say you went to your room.
I'm confused.
You say you went to your room.
Yes.
You closed your door.
Correct.
You heard your mom walk to her room and close her door.
Right. She was doing
and
what
then you
she
went to
normally
sleep.
does. Yes, she was doing what she normally does, and then I went to sleep.
So then how you know she came out and went back in?
That was before I went to sleep. I'm saying that I went to my room, closed my door, and I hear my mom doing what she normally does, goes to her room, and then she needs something, water. She usually gets water. Came out, got water, she went back to her room, never heard it up again. So I went to sleep.
So her room should have a cup of water in it?
I don't know what she got. I don't know. I was in my room. So I have no idea. That's just her usual routine. This is going off of what she normally does. Her everyday thing.
Her normal routine, but what did you actually hear? Because
I just heard her.
You can say I can normally tie my shoes, but you know that don't mean I really had tied my shoes.
Well, she just went into the kitchen. I usually know she gets water because she gets dehydrated, and sometimes she doesn't bring it with her, so she'll drink it there. So she'll have her water cup next to her medicine, and she'll just get a drink and go back to bed, or do whatever. She'll get tea. I don't know because I'm in my room.
Like bottled water, or is it what kind of?
It's in a jug. We refill our waters, and we keep them in the fridge.
Let's step out for a minute.
Okay.
Just hang loose real quick.
No problem.
What kind of work you do? What kind of car do you have?
I used to drive my mother's 4Runner, 2007 4Runner.
What's wrong with it?
I was on the trails and I slid into a tree. So,
What side got damaged?
the right side.
Or the driver's side? Bad? I only told the passenger side.
Yes. Well, I mean the frame's okay. I just need to get 2 new doors.
It happens.
Yeah.
It won't be the first time.
Yeah, no.
It won't be the last time either.
My mom wasn't too happy about it, but she was glad I was safe.
So the engine and everything works good on it?
Yes, it still runs.
So once you get those 2 doors, you'll be back hitting the trails again?
Oh,
You really don't need the doors, man. You can hit the trails like that.
yeah.
Just take the doors off.
Yeah. My mom was very particular. That was her first car she ever bought.
Or the 4Runner?
Yeah.
How long have you been driving it?
Only a year. I used to drive
How long ago was that?
somewhere when I was 16.
About a year?
Yeah.
Working?
Mm-hmm.
What did the doctor say that he was diagnosed with?
Depression.
His depression? Nothing else with it?
No.
No bipolar or anything like that?
No, it was just depression.
Is it kind of depression, like manic, or is it just...
I don't know. The only thing I knew was just depression. My mom would know all that specific stuff.
That's good though. This is medicine that's working.
Oh yeah, been a lot better.
Talking to like counselor wise or anything like that?
No, I don't talk to a counselor. I don't do well talking. It just, I can't do it. I just can't open up, no matter how hard I try. So I take the Prozac and then I talk with my mom. I can release to my mom.
Gotcha. It's good you got in a relationship though, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have somebody. To release some of the pressures in it that's dealing with you, man.
It's my mom. When she adopted me, we were like glue.
That was good. You open up much to your girlfriend?
Not too much.
Not too much?
But enough.
She knows more or less what's been going on
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. She knows the basics, not the nitty gritty, just...
Got you.
She'd be gone now. She lost her dad when she was 20, 21, and then her mom passed away when she was a little bit older, but they were on bad terms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did they pass? You don't want me asking.
My grandfather passed of liver cancer, I think, from a trip to Costa Rica. Died after his first year of retirement, and then my grandmother died of cancer. I don't know what kind.
Wow. So cancer runs through the family.
For them, except not my mom or I, because we were both adopted, so we don't know.
Oh, so your mom was adopted too?
Yes.
Okay, so she just started passing it forward, knowing how it is, and
Mm-hmm.
trying to help you guys out, type of deal, man. That's good, man. Are you gonna adopt when you get older?
Yes.
Yeah. Pay that forward also.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it is, so you know that'd be great.
Yeah.
You know, we need people out there that to be adopted. There's a lot of kids, man, that you know needs that loving parent.
Yeah. And my mom was that parent, so I.
Shows you a lot of love.
Yeah.
That's good, man. You need to have that. Was she ever stern with you? Really?
Yeah.
She had to play both roles then, huh? She had to play mom and the dad.
Mm-hmm.
How you handle that when you went from one role to the next?
Not very well, but as I got older, I realized.
She had to do what she had to do.
Mm-hmm. And I stopped giving her flack for it. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I messed up.
Own it.
Yeah.
Gotta own it, man. That's how, you know, I tell my kids, yo, you know, you own something, you might get in trouble, but not as bad as me finding out.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what, man? Give me an instance.
Well, there was once that I broke the toilet in my mom's bathroom. Tried to fix it.
I don't know where you did that, man.
Clogged it, and then I tried to fix it by putting stuff in there. I was young, and then I was like, oh crap. Just left it alone. And then my mom went to the bathroom, it just came up.
Wow.
I was like, damn.
Did you tell her it wasn't you?
No, I told her it was me.
Oh, you told her it was
Yeah,
you?
yeah. But she already knew it was me. I was the only person in the house.
Complain on a dog.
Yeah, it was Valentine.
Yeah, the dog or the cat. You know, they ended up doing it. So, oh man. So have no idea, nobody.
No, that's
So
what's
that's the thing. The gate in front was locked.
correct.
The back doors were locked.
It wasn't locked. It's a
Bungee cord.
The hooks. They're just
Yeah.
hooks. They can be undone and done again
Yeah.
in seconds. I just don't understand what happened and why I didn't hear anything. Because usually the dogs will bark at the slightest things, but I didn't
Yeah.
even hear them bark. And if they did, I was sleeping. And then I figured, okay, well, maybe they were let out, and then they were roaming everywhere,
Yeah.
which is why I didn't hear anything. And then I heard Noelle barking, and unusual, outside that way. So then I just kind of got up and...
So back door's locked, front
Correct.
gate's locked,
Correct.
back gate is locked.
Correct. Back gate. What back gate?
Do you guys have a back gate? Or they say you had two entrances to the house, to your property. Or you just have the front entrance. That's the only way to your...
It's the only way through.
The only way?
It's the only way through.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I thought, yeah, you guys had a back gate.
No,
So
it's just the...
you just got the water behind you.
Right.
So the only door you find open is the front door.
Correct.
The dogs are outside.
Correct. Loose, not where they're supposed to be.
And you say you guys got home around what time was that when you guys got home?
I can't even remember, like 12-ish, 1, 11:30, between that range, within that.
That's when you guys got home at 11:30 to 11:30?
Yeah, this afternoon, yeah, around there, I think. I never really checked the time. I wasn't on my phone that much throughout the service.
So what time did the service finish over in St. Pete?
I don't even know. Like 10:30, and then we just rushed home because my mom was low on gas. To be honest with you, I can't remember the times. I'm bad at time perception, so I don't know.
But you left the house, you said around 8 o'clock.
I do know that because my mom woke me up early.
What time did she wake you up?
7.
By 7?
Yeah.
And was out of the house by 8?
Yeah.
Get down there about close to 10?
About. I guess so. I didn't.
You don't know what time the service started either?
No,
No?
no.
You guys ain't come back with a little celebration of life on the card?
She did. I just
Where's that at?
think it's inside her Bible.
Where's the Bible be at?
Her room.
Her room. Where in her room would she normally keep it at?
I don't know. It's the first time I've seen it in a while. She usually brings it to her on her Sunday school thing, but she hasn't had that lately. So she just goes to the 11 o'clock service.
From church? She doesn't bring her Bible with her?
No, she only brings it when she's doing Bible study.
And you know how well involved with you in church?
Well, everybody knew us. That's why we went to the 11 o'clock services, because all the older folks knew me. They've watched me grow up since here.
And you've been going to that church ever since you guys moved here?
And what would these people say about you?
Good things.
Good things?
Yes. I mean, I've been with that youth group for a while. I've been part of that church forever. I've been through one pastor. Craig Davies was the original pastor there, and then we got Ron Pfeiffer. And all the older folks and the newer folks know us very well. They love us. They've seen me grow up. They're just good people. That's just why we went at the 11 o'clock. I like the older folks too.
And you go to like the youth groups, anything like that?
I used to, and then I stopped. I just got too old, and it became more for middle schoolers than it did really for high schoolers.
Gotcha.
They wouldn't say anything about you here recently, the last year, 2 years, kind of have been in a little bit of trouble?
No, probably not. My mom didn't speak like that to them. Probably the only person who would, only people who know her would be Ron and Judy. My mom did talk to them about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that would just be like, oh, Carlos snuck out of the house this time. Oh, I kicked Carlos out because he wasn't taking school seriously, or stuff like that.
Right. And the neighbors?
They don't really know us that well. Rick stays to himself, and Amy Alfred, we kind of just don't talk anymore after their kids graduated high school, and we stopped talking as much.
They don't know you well, but they know...
Oh, no, they do know us well. They do know us well. I grew up with their kids. It's just we stopped talking to them after their kids graduated high school.
Okay.
Because they were a year or 2 years before me.
Quick question, back to your mom's, when you walked in the room.
Correct.
And you saying you saw her, what did you do after that when you saw her?
I shook her, like yelling, "Mom, mom, 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 wake up."
She was laying, so when you walk in the room, her back was towards you?
Yes.
And how did you shake her? Like,
right on the side, like
on her ribs or something like that?
Yeah, where her arm was laying down like that, just, "Mommy, you awake," and I could see blood running down her nose, but I could hear her still breathing.
That was the only time you touched her?
Correct.
You didn't like run around the room a few thousand times?
No. I mean,
ran in, shook her, I'll be back.
Yeah, as soon as I ran in and I heard her still breathing, I thought there could be a chance. I ran straight to my room, grabbed my phone, ran outside, called, and then she instructed me to stay outside.
Hear no noise, no nothing in your room. No the footsteps, no nothing. Once you heard her going to her room, that was it.
That was the end of it. Nope. I had my TV on with I don't even know what was on. It was probably baseball. And it was low. Just fell asleep, and then every time I'd get up, I'd watch something on my phone with baseball in the background. I'd still watch baseball on my phone while baseball's in the background. And that's pretty much it. And then heard the dogs, and then I'd go from there.
You saying that axe is normally back in the shed?
Yeah, it stays in the shed. Usually the shed is locked. We have a key that we keep inside the garage. There's a big chest in the garage, and it's at the bottom of that chest.
When was the last time you guys were actually in that shed?
The 2 or 3 days ago when we had to hack up those trees. Unlocked it. My mom uses the one that locks it. I don't know if she did or not.
But when you went, did you ever go to the backyard at any time today?
I did today, just to get Noelle back into the house.
But she was up front.
Excuse me?
The dog was up front.
No, but I have to get her into the cage, and she runs away from me. So she runs everywhere, and then finally she goes into the gate. So I chased her around everywhere, just to get her inside the gate.
As you running around the house chasing this dog, was the shed at any time you saw the shed door open?
No. It was even closed when you guys showed up there. I don't know if it was locked or unlocked, because I didn't go in there to see. I just didn't know.
So it should be locked, to the best of your knowledge, then?
Yes, but the axe is in there, so it's either unlocked or broken into and then put back.
And no one knows where that key is at, because you're saying it's bottom of a chest.
Yes, we just throw it in there. It's just where we put that key.
And you say that chest is where?
Inside the garage, where the tool room is, where the band instruments are. It's just
So
right
that's
there.
is it in the garage or that room once you get inside the house from the garage?
No, it's in the garage.
In the
Physically
garage. So for me to find it, I gotta end up sitting digging through everything to look for that key, and I gotta first know that the key's there.
Yeah, no,
Take
it's
a
gonna
look
be,
for it.
no, it's gonna be right there. You just open up the doors. It's right there on the bottom.
Of the chest.
Mm-hmm. And the doors stay open. And you just
The doors to the shed?
to the chest. To the chest.
And we say chest is like a wood chest, like a chest the size of this.
Yes, it's a wood one, this big, about this tall. It used to be like the put clothes inside. There's a
Like a little armoire?
yeah, something like that, I guess. And my mom used to keep the firearms in there, and then she wanted to move them somewhere safer where she could see them, blah, blah, blah. Didn't want anybody breaking in and using them, blah, blah, blah. So then she just put the key there instead. Just
So if I'm walking in your garage, where's that little chest thing?
Okay, you're walking in, you turn left into that small room. You should see a workbench, and the big chest is literally right on the right of it. And you just open the door, it's right there.
So if I'm walking in with that garage doors open,
Correct.
is it in there or do I gotta go inside the house?
No, the house is right. Go to the left. And
Okay, and still in the garage. Because you have 2 cars in there.
Correct.
So there's gonna be
On the side of the blue one, the El Camino.
okay.
Not the back room, the front room.
And that side is where the garage doors close.
Correct.
So I'll have to end up walking in there, finding his chest, opening it, find the key, run around, unlock it.
I don't know. The garage door was open at the time, and those doors stay open the whole time.
For the chest?
Yeah, the chest stays open, and so does that one door that leads into that room. They're always open. We don't really close them.
When you say open, is it like open or like unlocked?
Open. You can see it physically open. And we just open it and go down there and get it. We don't really think anything of it. We've been doing it for years.
The side door to the least inside the house?
No, I'm talking about the chest door.
Oh, the
So
chest
every
door.
now and then the side door does stay open. My mom gets pretty mad. Even she does it sometimes.
Air conditioning
Yeah,
cheap,
it's,
man.
no.
It's just
She gets
too
mad
hot,
at
too.
me. The AC bill gets too high.
Well, I remember those days when my dad yelling at me every time I left that. You had to open the door and tactical run and have it closed at night. Dad's yelling, man. AC's not cheap. Letting my money out.
That's exactly what she would say too.
Yeah, so,
AC bill for the summer.
yeah, it gets hot, man.
Carlos, how often do you think it is that somebody's sitting in their house taking a nap or anything like that situation and some stranger comes in and kills them?
I don't know, but I will say this. I hope you're not insinuating I would do this. Because she adopted me from 4. She has been my mother, has been by my side.
What my inference is that rarely ever happens.
Okay. I
That
don't
rarely
know
ever
that
happens, and what I'm trying to lead to is that 99.9% of the time, it's a family member
Okay.
or a close friend or
We don't know anybody.
a lover or something like that.
The only person, ex-lovers, I don't even know his first name, is Mr. Dave. It was her ex. She's had 2 marriages, both separated. I don't even know really who they are. It was just my mom, whatever my mom knew. I just knew Mr. Dave because he came down once, let me fly a Cessna right at the airport, and I have some pictures of it somewhere. I think my mom has them, and then that was pretty much it. That's all I knew about him. And that's why I got concerned that this was going to be out in the Chronicle or everything, because my mom wanted to be very private about everything. She didn't want this out publicly.
Right.
And that was her wishes. She made it known to Ron and Judy, Amy. Everybody knows my mom wanted to be private. Keep to herself.
Right. I'm sure. And this is probably going to be, obviously a public record. It's going to be.
Yeah, she didn't.
Certain
She knew
things are
that.
going to be out there.
She knew that. She just didn't want it like an obituary. She wanted her funeral to just be close family, friends, cremated at the house.
Mhm.
That was it. She didn't want a whole funeral service or anything, and she didn't want anything getting out about anything. She was very private.
Right. Well, you got real defensive when thinking that I was accusing you of something.
And I wasn't doing well in school, and then we got into the argument, and then she shoved, I shoved, back and forth, stuff like that.
Right.
It wasn't anything physical. It was just like, get out of my face, you get out of my face, get out of my face. Because it just got yelling. It wasn't going anywhere.
Right. And then before that, there was some suicidal threat that
Correct.
went over Facebook
On Facebook.
or something. Somebody reported it, right? through social media?
Oh, I remember that. Someone reported me having suicidal stuff on
Right.
social media, but I haven't posted anything suicidal at that time either.
Right.
That was just odd because it was somebody who said something to someone in Citrus High School and they reported it. Which my mom and I don't know where that came from. Because after that, my mom was kind of like a little bit more watching of me.
You're saying that she took also medication. What kind of medication your mom was taking?
Asthma stuff, I don't know. She has a whole array of medications that are for her. For either migraines, this or that, I don't even know.
She has been diagnosed like cancer, because I know they can
No,
say
no,
cancer,
no.
nothing like that.
No.
Nothing terminal, that's...
No.
Nothing
It's
like
just,
that.
no. And she's had a couple skin cancer spots removed and stuff like that, but that's it.
Nothing serious.
No.
So health-wise, she's good to go.
Yeah, she's been losing weight, just trying to control her blood sugar, stress level. That's it.
So what were you guys arguing about today?
We weren't arguing today.
The neighbors heard you guys arguing today.
About what?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you about.
What neighbors? 'Cause
Which
we-
neighbors do you think?
I don't know, because we haven't argued at all today. We were
No.
good. No, today we were all fine.
You weren't there very long.
No, we were there in the morning, and we were fine, and then we went to the funeral, which
Right.
everybody saw us there. We were fine, and then when we went home, we were fine.
Was there any reason why you guys would have gotten loud about something? You got loud?
No, we weren't loud at all. This morning, we were calm. She woke me up.
About the afternoon?
No. There's no yelling whatsoever when we went to bed. It was just that. Today, we were fine. Like, nothing. Yesterday, we had a little mini argument because I wasn't taking WTC seriously. And it wasn't... She was yelling at me. She was telling me, look, you can't waste the future. She's got college plans for me. Got money set aside for my college, and I just need to start taking it more seriously. Which I was, just not as serious as she wanted me to. And that was it. It wasn't physical or anything like that. It was just her yelling at me, telling me to straighten up. Which I don't know how the neighbors heard that. Because it's in the house, and it's just us. And all woods.
Noise travels through woods pretty easily.
Apparently.
Pretty much. Have you never heard their neighbors
I hear them.
filming around?
No, I hear them. I hear the neighbors over there shooting, or sometimes if you're doing lawn work outside, I hear it, but not through the house. I hear it outside.
Well, you guys have done your fair share of arguing, I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah, in which I'm pretty sure they've heard some of them, but we haven't argued at all recently, except for that one thing. Except it wasn't even an argument. I was just telling me to straighten up.
Right.
That was it.
About the WTC thing.
Yeah, which I'm signed up for now, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with that right now, to be honest. I don't have the money to pay for that.
You're saying she has money to the side to pay for it?
Some sort of college fund. She had a Florida prepaid for me, but I didn't end up going to a major college. So she said she had something set aside in case I didn't, and which is what I was going to use to go to WTC. Which she was telling me that I also need to get a job because I need to pay for insurance, gas, stuff like that.
What kind of mother was she?
Good mom. Stern. Really, really good.
Stern how?
Just her rules. And she's like, no this, no that, no this, no that. And then when I would go against her, I'd get punished, like take my keys, just regular stuff. Nothing too serious. But she was pretty stern about privacy. She doesn't want all of her stuff all over social media. So if I was to put stuff on social media, it's just my personal business, not hers. And that was pretty much it.
Pretty much.
Did you try to give your mom any type of aid?
I didn't know what to do. I just shook her. Wasn't responsive except just breathing. I don't know what to do, and I didn't want to do something stupid where like take it out and she bleeds to death or something. I didn't know what to do, so I just called you guys. I didn't want to mess with anything. I just didn't know what to do.
And you're saying, what was she bleeding from?
Her nose. It was bleeding down her nose, and I'm pretty sure it was bleeding from her head. I didn't stare at it.
She didn't have blood anywhere else on her body?
No.
Not on her back or her hands or nothing like that?
No, because she was sleeping on her side. I didn't see any. I was just running down her nose, her head, and I ran out after I heard her sort of breathing. She didn't look at me, wasn't responsive, but I could still hear her breathing, so I thought there was a chance, and I didn't know what to do.
Now, did you call just 911 or what did you?
I called 911 immediately.
Yeah.
No one else, just them first.
How many calls did you make?
One, and then apparently I got disconnected. I accidentally pressed the disconnect or something while I was running to the gate to open it, and she called me right back immediately.
Okay.
And then she said, stay on the phone. I was like, I didn't realize I got off the phone.
Right.
You didn't call nobody else in between?
No, no one else in between.
Who else did you call throughout from the moment you woke up today until 911? Who else did you call?
I haven't called anybody.
So the phone log should be only 911 today?
Today, yeah. And then I Snapchatted people, texted some people, but just normal stuff.
How do your dogs react when strangers come to the house?
It depends. If they're outside, they'll just bark at whoever it is and then eventually just give up. If they're inside, they will be very aggressive and bark crazy, like crazy.
Like normal dogs?
Yes, but if they're outside, they're passive.
And they were inside when you guys were sleeping, right?
Yes, and then when I woke up, they were outside.
But you didn't hear them barking before?
No, I just heard Noelle start barking like crazy next to my window, and that's when I got up. Well, out of my room, at least.
Right. So, but more than likely, if somebody broke in,
well,
I'm just saying the stranger thing, they would be freaking out.
No, not exactly. I mean, if you just open the door, they'll just walk out. They won't think anything of it. We've had...
That's not very characteristic of dogs, especially...
Well, those are our dogs, and that's how we've trained them. Those are our dogs, and we know how they act.
Mm-hmm.
So
but you just said they would...
If they're outside and they see somebody in the gate, they will bark, but then leave it alone. If they're inside, they will bark like hell if somebody enters the house.
If somebody had to enter the house.
Well, if you open the door and you just let them out and they're spread around everywhere, how are they supposed to see anybody?
You gotta open the
It's
door.
called opening the door and somebody letting them out.
They sit in the living room. They don't sit right in front of the door. There's a couch. There's the sofa.
Right.
They sit right there. They're not right in front of the view.
Somebody had to come into that house and do what they did to your mom.
Okay. I can tell. I know that.
Right.
What I say is, if I'm going to open the door and the dogs are there, they're going to go. They're going to sit there, go crazy and barking until the door's open. I'm not going to open the door and run off. Your house is in the middle of nowhere for me to take off with the dogs and not to hear a bark. How's explain that? If I'm going to open the door, I can't run that fast with the dogs.
I don't know. You guys are detectives. Aren't you supposed to figure this out? The doors are open on the side. The gate doors are open, so the dogs are everywhere. And the front door is still open. So I have no idea how it got there. I want to know how it got there, and I don't want to know why. I do not know. And I want to know. Because for some reason my dogs have been let out where they won't bark and won't do anything because they run off. As soon as they're out of that gate, they will run off because that is the only time they get outside of that gate. Or else they're stuck in that gate. So I don't know what you guys are trying to get out of me right now, but I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. As much as we used to bicker and get back at each other, fighting sometimes, and then peace, and then back and forth, and then peace again, never. Never in a million years would I ever think to do that. She's my mom. I was adopted at age 4, and I've been with her forever.
Yeah.
Would never do such a thing like that. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
Because, so, and I remember that CPT talking about how your attitude of things were very sociopathic.
Sociopathic?
Which is exactly what you're showing me right now. And you're trying to act like you're upset about something.
Trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how is this trying? That was my mom. My mother.
Yeah. Right.
So trying, how is this trying?
Because you don't feel like normal people feel.
I don't feel like normal people feel.
Yeah, that's what a sociopath has the issues with.
Okay,
But
so you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
Well, do what?
I've just been sizing you up the whole time. And
Okay.
it's like 100%.
Okay, you can size me up.
You don't have normal feelings.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county. They can attest to that.
Do you think that people that love one another don't do the most extreme things to them?
Not like that, no.
It happens all the time, every day.
Yep.
That's what I just told you earlier, that it's usually like a loved one.
Okay, I would not do that. You ask anybody in this county. My mom and I were amazing. We would never do such a thing like that to each other at all. My mom would never hurt me like that, and I would never hurt her. You call me a sociopath or whatever you want. And I'm sorry for getting upset. But you please ask around. Ask anybody.
We're going to ask everybody.
Ask everybody. They will attest that I would never do that. Ever.
You've been happy.
And then finally I moved back in. We've been fine. Which Stephanie and Damien, the people I was staying with, they got mad at me because I decided to get back with my mom and try to make things work out. And we did. I moved back in.
But you haven't been back in very long. Can you understand why we see certain things?
Listen, I do understand. I do understand that it's out of nowhere, but please, I know you said you're going to ask everybody. Everybody. So please ask everybody. Because they will tell you I would never do that to my mom.
We're going to ask everybody. We're going to hit every angle, and you're part of the angle.
That's okay. That's okay. And I can firmly tell you I would never do that to my mom. Ever do that to my mother.
I don't know you well enough whether I could say that that's true or not.
I understand.
However, I understand that there's things that happen in a home when nobody's there watching, you know, meaning I don't know what kind of mother she was to you.
A great one.
And I don't know what kind of son you were to her.
I loved her very much.
But we're going to peel this orange way back and look in nitty-gritty details.
Please. You can, and you'll find that I would never do this. I don't know who did.
The evidence is going to show us something.
Okay, that's fine, but I would not do this to my own mother.
Well, I'm throwing this out there because this is the time. Like, if you did something, this is the time to tell us. Because right now, you're telling us a story that you had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
Okay? And if later on you come back and the evidence shows us something totally different, and you say, oh, Mom was a terrible mom, and she abused me, and we had a fight, and I did something stupid, you've already laying out this story right now.
Correct.
Which I can scrap. I can scrap that story if you have another story that's the truth. Okay?
No, this is the truth.
Because now is the time to tell us the truth.
This is the truth.
You remember when I was telling you, especially with the kids, if you don't come forward, you get in trouble, but not as much. But if we find out, remember that? That's the same thing. The same thing here. Same thing.
I'm telling you, this is my story, and it is the truth.
You know, certain instances, like he was saying.
We've been doing this. I've been doing it for 25 years. Yeah. You've been doing it for almost 20 years. Everybody's instinct first is to lie or come up with a story.
All right. I did not do that to my mom, but she hasn't always been the best mom. But I would never go to that extreme, ever.
And that's exactly what I just finished saying, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But this was not me. I can tell you that I would never hurt my mom like that, because no matter how much, I still loved her very much.
I've heard that 1,000 times. I still love. That doesn't take away love. One split-second decision of an accident does not take away love.
Well, no, I would not hurt my mom like this, no.
And that was an accident.
Correct.
That was an accident. And that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
Never this far. I'd never take it to this level, ever.
So what were you guys arguing about today, man?
We weren't arguing today.
Not today?
No, not today.
Like I said, the neighbors were saying that they heard you guys arguing.
Not today, no. It wasn't us.
When was the last time you guys argued to that point that the neighbors could hear you guys, man?
2-3 days ago, it was about the school. She was mad, and she just started yelling at me.
And then that's all we want, man. We're not here trying to jam you up. All we just, it's the truth. And we appreciate you coming, and that's what we want, man.
I just don't want you guys thinking that I did this. I mean, because I didn't. You guys just want the truth, so.
And that's all we want, man. Like I said, me and my wife could have issues at the house,
right.
But once we're in public, just like you push the problems to the side. You go ahead and act right, and when you get home, you just got to deal with the problems again.
Yeah.
And that's no more living, man.
Never do this to her, ever. I mean, I would never imagine hurting my mom like that. Even with through all of it, I couldn't imagine doing that. Because she's the only family I have. I have no one else to turn to. It's literally just her. And that's all I've known for 13, 14 years. I would never imagine doing that to my own mom.
Well, I don't. It is an unimaginable thing, really.
Well, I can't imagine that. I mean,
even the people that do things can't imagine it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You didn't wake up this morning and be like, I'm going to go ahead and hurt my mom.
No
one. We don't. No one thinks like that.
No.
You know, man. And that's what that's what he's saying. He's saying that, that moment, like you said, could be fine and dandy. Were you guys arguing at all on the drive up to the funeral?
No, I fell asleep on the drive up.
No arguing at the funeral?
Nope.
Argument over the pie that she got a bigger piece than you?
No, just normal day. It was a good day.
I just never want to walk out of an interview not giving you the chance to do it.
I do understand that, yeah. My mom's always been there for me still. So.
Is that the reason why you moved out?
And I had enough of it and I moved out.
You talking about the keys deal?
Yes.
That was kind of like the last straw deal?
That was. And she wanted me out, and I officially moved out.
So,
then,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I stayed with Stephanie and Damien. They knew. I kind of told them about it. Then after that, they felt like I used them because they knew how my mom treated me. And then I went back to her. I wanted to give my mom another chance. And she wanted to give me another chance, so work things out.
So you go going,
right. And right now they don't like me at all. Damien said I'm no longer allowed at their house, never to come to their door again, which is understandable. I mean, that's how they feel. But
it hurt,
yeah.
My sister's, I've done that before, protected her over her boyfriends, and then 2 days later she goes right back. But I'm like, well, why are you coming to me then? I felt like they felt, they felt like that betrayed. Like, dude, I was trying to help you,
right?
And now you just you're going right back. So. I can understand why they feel that way.
I do too, but it was in my best interest. I wanted to work things out with my mom.
Since you've been back, has there been any issues?
Not really, no, it was just school. That was it. That we did agree. We would listen to each other. We would understand each other. We wouldn't get physical. And we've been great. We just learned to have our space, which we've always done. It's just now we've been more consistent. So we watch a movie in the afternoons every night, or play a game, but that's pretty much it. We'll spend 3-4 hours together, and then for the rest of the day we're kind of split. And that's how we coped. That's how we got along.
Right.
I can relate to that, man.
And I didn't even mean to do that. That was just, it happened because I was trying to defend myself, and then that was that.
Well, somebody's made it look like pretty good job of making you look like you're the one that's responsible for this.
I didn't do that.
Because the story that you've laid out here doesn't really, it's a lot of nothing.
It's okay. I mean, that's exactly what happened, minute by minute, what I went through, and that's exactly how it was. I can only give you what I know and what I saw. And you guys just have to go off evidence, I guess. But I'm telling the truth about this because I finally came forward. Would never injure her like that.
Well, everything's going to be rooted up here. It's a murder case.
Yeah, I know.
In Citrus County. It's all hands on deck, and everybody's going to be talked to, friends, family, anybody that's ever knew her or you. Especially when there's no other lead besides the only other person in the house is you.
Right, and I know that looks suspicious, and I understand why you guys think it was me, but it wasn't.
I'm going to let the evidence take me to where it goes.
Okay. Yes,
but I at the same time, like I told you, if something happened and there was a heated whatever, this is the time to tell us. Don't give us a BS story.
No, there wasn't. Not today. Not since I moved back, except for the WTC. And that wasn't even physical. That was just her yelling at me. And that was it. Before then, it was. Between the time period when I moved back in and now, it's been fine.
What were you guys yelling at when she was yelling at you about the WTC?
I wanted to take a relaxed break and start in January and not even try to get on the waiting list for August. So she was pretty mad at me about that. She wanted me to start as soon as possible.
Were you guys outside arguing, inside?
No, we were inside. We were inside, right in the living room.
Right in the living room?
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on with the AC. This room's gotten stuffy. We're back, bro. Cold or room temp?
Cold. Thank you.
Finally got the air conditioning. Took us a little bit to play with it. Got thermostats all over the place. So we got to figure out which thermostat goes where. Oh, fuck, man. I can relate to you, bro. To be honest with you. You know, the whole before my buddy get back. No, not to say I get too personal with you, but
Yeah. Well, I just it hurt.
that went for years, man.
Well, it hurt. I know what things look like, but it really hurt when you said that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a little bit different. I mean, I do struggle with depression, but
you know.
my mom understood that I'd always be out, not really home. So
You know, I was to get my little bag, throw some extra clothes in it, man, and I see you Sunday or whatever the case may be whenever I come back around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, it's rough, dude.
Yeah.
It's rough, man. You know, but as long as we could get it worked out, man, so you could go forward. Like I said, man, that's why I do what I do, man, to try to help out. I know what it is to be on that side. You know, so when we're sitting here, we're not trying to, you know, railroad you or anything like that, man. We just the honest truth, like you coming forward with the whole, you know, what my mom do. And when you said that, I related. I completely understand that. Same thing. It doesn't make you a bad person. We're not saying that you're a bad person. You know what I mean? We just shit happens, dude. You know, so 4 days ago.
just watch movies, listen to music.
What kind of music you listen to?
Variety. My mom taught me to appreciate all music, classical to rock and roll to anything.
Yeah. Same way. You gotta keep that mind open.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I also be like, you know, anti-country, but once you start listening to it, it's like, man, this is, you know, a lot of songs say a lot of stories behind it.
They do.
You know, a lot of stories behind it. So I listen to my share of country music too,
It's
man.
good music.
Yo, yeah, it is. It is. So, like I said,
I
man,
got some guys bringing some clothes. I wouldn't imagine those are the most comfortable
No, they're all right.
bedding clothes, you know,
Yeah.
basically. So, bringing you some stuff from the house.
we're just trying to get to the bottom of it, just like you, man.
I understand.
You know, and as you said, we're detectives, so we're just detectives.
Right.
And we're gonna ask 1,001 questions, and when we get the next person in here,
Yeah.
same scenario, man. Just questions after questions. We just, you know, look how long it took us for you to just tell us that, you know, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows.
Right.
There was more behind it. You know, and that's all we're trying to get to. Why?
So she never was married or anything like that?
She was married twice. Once straight out of high school, and then once later on in the road.
Anything during the time that you guys were around?
No, not to my knowledge. I don't know if she saw the guys or not. She
No, I
kind
mean
of.
being married or with
Oh no,
somebody.
no.
Or living with another man
No,
while
no.
she was raising you.
No, as far as I know, with just me, no other male in the picture.
Right. Did she do any drinking or anything like that?
No. She gave up caffeine, no nicotine,
No cigarettes or nothing?
clean. She gave up drinking red wine. She said it gave her a headache, even though it's supposed to be good for you or something like that.
Yeah, drink a little too much of it will get you a headache, man.
Yeah.
I'll get you a little headache. I wish my dogs did that. Well, let me reframe that. I wish that my family at the house wish my dogs do that, because they see me pulling in and they all go waking everybody up. If I get home today at 4 in the morning, They're going. Everyone's waking up in the house.
Well, they know my lights. I go the same way, just straight in, and then when I get inside, they see the same figure face, and they just know.
How many dogs you got?
4. But Valentine, our 4th one, passed away recently.
So you got a 3 now and a cat.
3 now and a cat.
How old are those dogs?
Valentine was 13, Firecracker is 8, Lou is around 6, and then Noelle is our youngest at 2 or 3.
And that's the one that doesn't want to walk in the house. That's when you got to force in. As well.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is that?
She's a miniature pinscher, purebred. And she was a rescue. She was locked outside on pavement on a chain with a bunch of chihuahuas in South Carolina. So my mom and I drove up to get her.
How long you had her now?
A year and a half?
Right.
A year?
She's coming around?
Yes. A lot better.
Nice. Those are nice dogs, man. Miniature pinchers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't obey much? Maybe tell them to
No,
come.
they do. It's just she has a past history of rough life, so she's very cautious.
Gotcha. Gotcha, man.
You know that, you know what's going on at the house right now?
No, I don't.
No. We had a bunch, probably as you were leaving, or right before you left, we had a bunch of forensics people, like crime scene techs.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pouring through the house right now. So, remember I told you it's a long, long road, and it takes a long time.
Okay. When do you think they'll be done with the house?
It could be,
Yeah.
it could be days.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that for 10 years, man. And when you say fine coning with section at this desk, take a section. Every room is that way, section, and then it gets broken down, photograph click, and it is. And when we say bit by bit, man,
It's bit by bit.
yeah, it's gonna be bit by bit. They're not gonna be leaving no time soon. Most likely, we have to end up bringing them something to eat and coffee, whatever, because it's gonna be a long day.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like your house ain't small, so they gotta end up starting from the outside and just piece by piece, slicing it all the way through from front to back.
I understand that. Yeah.
You know, everything, every car, every shed, every outhouse, whatever you have out there, all is going to be, you know, analyzed, photographed, documented.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute,
I
man.
understand. And then my dogs, where are they at?
Safe kept. We ended up getting them. Of course, you could get them back. You know, whatever the process is for that. They of course be sheltered, fed, watered, the whole line. So you don't got to worry about that. Did we ever get the cat out?
No.
No. The cat went hiding somewhere in the house. But once we find and locate it, since they're going to be in the house.
He's in the. I think they said they cornered him in the bathroom.
Okay. So if anything, they'll grab the cat, take it to the shelter. Same thing, be well kept. And two auditors.
They're not going to be put up for.
No. Unless you guys think that, it's only temporary until we're done. We'll just get it back. We just can't leave them in the house like that, especially us going in and photographing and stuff. So at least they be kept. You don't got to worry about it. You know, they're going to be taken care of. So that's one less, minor thing that you got to worry about dealing with. You know, but it's going to take some time, man. They're going to be there for some time, man.
I understand.
So, and once they're done, we grab everything, analyze it, and see where the evidence takes us, man.
Mm-hmm.
See where evidence takes us. And you're saying that camera that's outside, does that even have power to it?
I think it has power, but it doesn't work anymore. Like,
where's it hooked up to?
The back room, there's a plug on the back wall.
And your mom's back room, or is there a different back room?
Oh no, this is in the garage.
It's in the garage?
Yeah. That one room where the keys kept in, the room right behind there is where it's plugged in.
I didn't go to the garage, so I don't know how's that, all set up. I just thought you just had cars parked. I didn't know there was anything behind it.
Yeah, there's more rooms. Yeah.
Oh, there is?
And it's been put up there for show. I mean, it has the red lights infrared.
Okay.
It doesn't even record.
It just has power to it.
Yeah.
Which way is that one facing? Is it facing?
Yeah, it's kind of like facing that fence area because it used to not have a fence there. It was just torn down.
Okay.
So we would keep an eye on it or make it look like we're keeping an eye on it for intruders or anything.
What part of the house is it on? I'm not.
Left side, if you're looking at it like this, it's left side.
So, the left of the garage then?
Correct.
Is it near that garage, the door that goes out to that side?
No. It's
Towards the shed? Is it,
yeah, more towards the shed, but back, and it faces that gate area.
like the property between you and the neighbors?
Yeah, it faces that area.
Is it more towards the front of the garage or the middle or the back?
Back.
The very back?
Yeah.
I didn't walk around the house either, so I was just trying to picture it.
Yeah.
Where it goes.
That box where the axe is at, is it like a stand-up box or is it?
It's not a box. It's just a little bucket.
Bucket?
There's a lot of tools and buckets inside the shed. It's right to the right.
And that's where the axe was, in the bucket.
Yeah. It's supposed to be in the bucket. Our machetes stay inside the garage or whatever is in my room because I like to sharpen my knives, and then all the other tools stay in there.
How many knives you got?
Now I don't. I have like 2, but I've been collecting and then I lose them.
Butter knives, butterfly knives, or?
No. I just
Oh, yeah.
go to like O'Reilly's or the gun show and just buy some cool looking ones.
Okay. Could get expensive, the hobby.
Yeah.
Could get expensive. You sharpen them with a stone, or how do you sharpen them?
It's a little brick thing. I don't,
The stone?
even know what it's called. Yeah, it's a stone. Well, my grandfather had one in there. It's broken, but one
So,
side's
yeah.
coarse, the other one's fine.
Yeah.
So just the machete, you don't have to sharpen the axe or anything like that?
No, we don't even sharpen the axe. We just, because it's breaking apart, there was duct tape on it. It was falling off, so we were going to get a new one anyway.
Do you chop wood with that or?
Yeah, if there's trees that are down and the chainsaw's not working, we'll use that. Or if I'm just feeling like getting a workout with a tree down, I'll use that.
Do you split wood, or you just, if there's a tree down, that's the only thing you
Just
do?
a tree down, we'll chop it up, and then if we need firewood, we'll chop a tree down and push it in the back.
Is that something you got done recently?
No. Well, 2 or 3 days ago when it rained pretty hard, a tree fell down in the road and we just had to cut the thing up.
The road out for the main entrance kind of area?
That road that goes to my house from the gate.
The path.
Yeah, that path.
Where's that wood at?
In the, like, if you're coming in towards the house, it's on the right side of the woods.
Oh, you just threw it in the woods?
Yeah, we didn't even use it as firewood. It was drenched, wet, so we just threw it in.
Just cleared it up and just pushed it over?
Yeah, there's plenty of trees that have been fallen over and that you can just see. We just hacked them up right on the road and just threw them in.
Mm-hmm.
You did the chopping?
Yeah. My mom brought it out, and then I just did all the chopping, and she helped me move them in to the woods. That's usually what happens.
And then what happens with the axe there?
Then I put it back, or my mom puts it back, just whoever.
Who put it back there?
My mom did put it back, and I don't know if she locked or left it unlocked the shed. Because I had to take the machete and cut down our path, because the ferns grow over, so my mom has me cut them short.
When was the last time you did that?
The same day.
Oh, the same
That's why
day?
she put it away, is because I'm the one that had to keep going.
And that's your grandfather's machete?
Mm-hmm. Old.
How did you get his machete?
It was in there. My mom had it in the garage, and I thought it was cool. And she was like, "Oh, it was your grandfather's." So kept it.
Like your dad's?
Yes, her dad, her father's,
Hers or yours?
hers.
Hers? I was about to say, man, how she was able to get your granddad's? I was it'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know, she was able to track it down and get it for you. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, so that was her granddad's machete.
Correct. That homestead's been there for 4 generations. Well, I'm the fourth.
The house?
Yeah. Well, the property. At
The
least.
property?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So that's some history down there, huh?
Mm-hmm. There's pictures on the wall of the old house that used to be there. It was a shack.
Probably as big as this room.
About, yeah.
And then your mom, I guess your mom grew up there and lived there her whole life?
No, my mom was born and raised in St. Pete. She just went back and forth there on the weekends. And then after my grandmother passed, we took over the house.
So you used to live in St. Pete too?
No. My mom grew up in St. Pete, and then after that, wherever.
She moved in and then brought you?
Well, no, she was in Pasco teaching. And then I moved to Pasco when she got me. We lived in Newport Richey.
Good.
And then once my grandmother passed, we moved in.
Got you.
Yeah.
Like it down in Newport Richard?
It was okay.
That's all right. Like it better here in Citrus?
Yeah.
A little quieter?
Yes.
Got more privacy?
Mm-hmm. The place we used to live at just had a little small pond. Now we have a whole lake.
You go fishing back there?
Mm-hmm.
What you catch?
Bass, mudcats, catfish.
You do it from the pier or you go out actually on the boat?
Oh, we go on a boat.
Yeah. Often you go out there and go fishing?
As much as I can. I haven't been out there lately. I sold my rods and reels to a friend of mine to try to make up some extra cash to pay for some stuff, which was a bad decision, but...
I guess your friend ain't complaining though.
Mm-mm.
He got the best deal out of that one.
He had some really good rods and reels out of that.
Yeah. So, no one else comes to the property. It's just you and your moms.
Yeah, no, it's just me and my mom.
Not even a mailman.
No, we have mailboxes up at the front.
So he don't even come to your house.
No.
No milkman,
Mm-mm.
no mailman, no cable guy.
No, the only people that go back there are my friends who pick me up, or Rick that lives down there. And we've caught a couple people down there who weren't supposed to be down there, but they were lost.
Oh, down the road?
Yeah, and they've come into our gate and come down the road, and they're like, oh, we're looking for so-and-so in like a wrong place. It's back on that road.
You know, from the very beginning, you don't even know, like I said, your house.
Yeah,
you know,
you
you think that could be another road?
road.
Yeah, you could just, I could see that. You know, I could see them just, oh, let me just find my way out this way. They don't know the area.
Yeah, some people, the Brashears house over there, had a party once, and everybody's GPS took them
Straight
back.
to your house?
Well, not straight there, like in that road, and they're like, oh, was it down here? Gate's open.
Not so much, huh? No party? Did you actually have Jordan and them going to their party?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I knew them, but I wasn't invited.
You just showed up, man. Crashed the party. It could have been good times.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who else could actually go back to your house, man. Who else could actually, knows about the house? Because I've been here.
Well, there's a lot of people on the lakeside that know about the house, and a lot of my friends know about the house. Quite a few people know about the house. It's just no one goes back.
Yeah.
We've had a couple times where we have seen/heard people in the woods, but either they were going through or they're just running.
How many acres is the?
It's 4.
4 acres.
Yeah, 4, and then the woods around it. Like it just all kind of blends in.
Gotcha. And you have a fence dividing the property, or you guys just?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have fences dividing the property. That new one at Gene's just got put in, and then the one on Rick's side has been there for
forever.
Yeah.
What happened when supposedly somebody went on your property and set some fires?
Oh yeah, my mother called the cops and whatnot, and they did DNA or whatever on gas cans and the shed and whatnot. The only fingerprints that came back were hers and mine, and they just did nothing about it. Or my mom chose not to do anything about it.
Right.
And that was that. And she knew it wasn't me because I was with her the whole time during that.
So how did you guys find out about the house catching on fire?
Because I found it, walked out the front door, saw it, and I was like, yo, Mom, there's a fire on the house. And I was literally out for like 5 seconds.
So you guys were in the house when the fire got started?
Yeah, we were both in the house, and then I walked out to go to the garage and smoke, ran back in, and I was only out of the house.
Was it like where the little dogs are at area, or where was the
No,
fire
it was
at?
on the other side of the house. You can see we put brand new paneling on there, but where the camera was. Yeah.
The house itself was trying to catch on fire?
It was just the side, like the panels.
I have to reread that report because I thought it said she was in Ocala at work, and you were home.
I thought she was home. I remember she was home. Yeah, she was home.
It was for something. I thought she came home and found it.
She came home and then called, but you'd already put it out, but didn't call 911.
I don't remember.
And there was 2 different fires, one on the side of the house and one on the back patio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was the one on the back patio. I remember that. That was after when we had my mom and Ron and Judy were there. And we were all looking at that side, and there was another one on that side.
Is that a different situation, or?
No, it was the same. So we were all looking at this side of the house, and then we noticed smoke on that side of the house, on the deck.
And the dogs didn't bark at that time either?
No, I mean, they're inside. If they can't see anybody outside from inside, they're not going to make any noise. If they're outside in a little gated area and they see you, they'll make noise. And if they can see you through the window, like you walk across the front door, they'll make noise. Unless they're not sitting in front of the door.
So you guys don't have like rabbits and stuff around, no type of wildlife?
We got deer, but the only time they bark is if they're like right in the little gated area. The deer hop over the fence, sit right there, and one of the dogs goes by and notices it right in front of the window.
My dogs can smell a damn cat next door, man, from inside the house. And they at the door, I'm like, I don't see nothing.
No.
Once I open up the door, I can see
when they're inside, it's just us. They're passive. But when the strangers inside, even my girlfriend, they're aggressive. And then when they're outside in the little fenced area, they're passive aggressive. They'll bark. And they won't do anything.
I thought one of our deputies got bit.
Yeah.
Bit over there.
Yeah, definitely got bit. You guys just came storming in. And I was like, wait.
Where was the deputy at? Was he outside in a little gate area, or was he?
I don't even remember where he got. I know he got bit by Lou, but she wasn't like trying to attack. She was just like a little.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, and then she came right to me, and I think that was the only one that bit was Lou.
I thought it would have been Noel.
No, Noel was inside the whole time, and that lady was able to get her out. I'm amazed how, but. She did.
So they get a little violent then, huh? Little freakers.
That one gets pretty violent,
yeah.
The other ones are more relaxed.
And was he just standing there and he got bit? The dog just came up and just said, "Hey, you're in my house."
No, he came inside the gate, and then Lou was coming back from wandering off, and then she saw him, and she hadn't seen him before. Big clothes, boots, and just was like, "Rrr." Bit and then took off. And I wasn't even hard.
Was your mom outside with him at the time, or was she inside? Where were your mom at?
Inside.
Who was the deputy talking to? Was he just waiting on? What was the deputy?
No, he was talking. Oh, wait! You're talking about previous thing.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah.
Oh! I thought you meant today.
Oh no! I didn't even know the dog ended up snapping out of the day.
Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. That was also. Who was that? I don't remember if it was Lou or Noel, but they were put on house arrest for that.
The dogs?
Yeah. Whichever one it was, I remember they got put on house arrest.
How'd that happen?
They came in and started waving their arms around with my mom being there, and whenever my mom's around, they're very overprotective, no matter if they're inside or outside. If my mom's in the present, they're very, very protective. And deputy was talking like this, doing that, like trying to get things open, blah, 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 and Noelle just wasn't happy about it.
Really?
So she could see from inside the door. And then once they let her out, she nipped. Yeah.
I figured it would be Noel, man.
I don't know if it was Noel or Lou, but it could be either one. Whatever the report said, because they got house
I
arrest.
just remember it vaguely, but we give them a hard time for the dog. You know, we like to rag a little bit, man. So yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So you got bit by the dog.
That's when they were out there for that well-being check.
Yeah. I still don't understand why. Someone just told one of my coaches or something like that, and then when she lightened up, it was kind of like in and out through there.
Side of it, man. See where everything leads up at, man. Like I said, unfortunately, we're gonna be, taking over your house now for a little bit.
That's okay.
Until we can figure out what all happened.
Right.
And that's what we say. Our main goal is the figure out what took place.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
We gotta check.
Guys
showed up yet?
Your cooperation is the main key.
Right.
Your main key is that, man, is the light. Put the light on it. Like I said before, it was painting this one picture of your mom. We don't think of your mom any less. She had her own issues. She had her own demons.
Mm-hmm.
We all one of us got our own problems to deal with, man. There's no such as a perfect person. When we're a certain person, we smile, man. I'm great. I'm good. And when they turn around, like, I don't know how much more I could deal with this, man.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the times in public when we were happy, it was genuine because we were able to put our differences aside.
I have my good times.
Garage window.
Yeah.
We put a board over it.
We were trying to talk to you earlier, like, if it got to that point, and you and your mom were arguing, and you ended up going beyond and be like, oh shit, I overdid it. We always had that, oh shit, I overdid it. You know what I mean? No matter what, we like one more. Say they were drinking. One more. I could do one. And then you get to the point like, dude, I shouldn't have had that last one. You know what I'm saying? Because you think you could always handle it. And God forbid, you know what I'm saying, something like that happened and you did do it to your mom. You know what I mean? And you were like, dude, to be honest with you, who's lying? Is the neighbors lying? Or were you trying to cover some shit up? You know what I mean? And that's what we come down to, man. We just got to get there and just peel that, like we said, peel it back, man, little by little. Let's get down to the facts, man. That's what we ask you. What time did you leave? What time did you get back? You know, what did you do step by step? Because let's say when they do, you know what I mean? So, and that's what we're trying to get to, man. We're just trying to get before we get to that point.
Right.
Just letting us, and like I said, you telling us, that, okay, so when we talk to a neighbor and they say, yeah, man, we heard arguing, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, okay, that's backing up your story. You know what I mean? I guess you got...
We're going to swap out some clothes here. We'll just start with the shirt. It's nice and easy. Good. I'll probably take you to the bathroom and do your shirt. There's some socks. You want to do those right now?
Let me get a small bag for the socks.
Yeah. You got one?
No, this one right here, they got some on the shelf.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and grab it.
When do you think I can go somewhere?
Huh?
When do you think I can go somewhere?
We're almost done here, man. We're almost done here.
Do you know what time it is?
It is...
I just want to make sure my girlfriend's still awake or her family.
It's going to be 1 o'clock.
1?
Yeah. We doing some serious talking, man.
I hope they're awake.
She should be all right. You told her that, when was the last thing you told her?
We were just talking. Like, just normal.
You didn't say anything? You didn't say, hey, I'm about to go or anything like that?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
All right, man. Like I said, man, you know, I relate to you a lot on a lot of levels, man. And, you know, I could see exactly. You don't mind? I'm just getting up to.
Yeah, that's okay.
Look, I like to come close and talk, man. You know, I understand. Like I said, I can. What else can you tell me about the whole scenario, man?
That's it. It's the only part I didn't really bring out to you guys.
So you've been, besides that, you've been straight up everything else, man?
Yes.
No other secrets lingering?
No. Everything's out now.
Okay, let me go ahead and take that phone call. Just hang tight. We'll get somebody in here. Need more water, bro?
No, I just want to go home.
We're gonna wait. He's gonna go ahead and make that phone call for us. So go ahead and.
Well, can I scratch it for tomorrow?
Do you need to go to the bathroom or anything?
No.
Okay. You want to go home, you said?
Yes.
Your home ain't going to be available for
Not
days.
that home. I want to go somewhere other than here.
What's that?
My girlfriend's house. I don't care. Just somewhere other than here.
Well, until we're done out at that house, you're not going to be going anywhere but hanging out here with us.
I can't even go to my girlfriend's house.
No? I mean, as long as that takes out there, we'll be holding you.
Here.
Right. You're a teenager anyways, so I mean you're still not of age. We'd have to get DCF involved, and say if we were going to release you to.
I'd like DCF involved or something.
They have. What's that?
I'd like them to be involved. I don't want to stay here the whole time.
Right. Well, they've already been called, so it's a matter of, like, if we were going to put you somewhere, they would be the ones doing it.
I wouldn't like to be put somewhere.
Right. Well, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be like, a quick thing.
Well, the officer told me that I could get a hold of family members and have them come.
That was me. I said we would be getting hold of family members.
Yes, and have you?
The other deputies called them to let them know that. But they're not family. They're the friends of the family, right?
Yes.
So they're aware that your mother's passed.
Are they able to pick me up or no?
No. We're not going to release you to them. We're going to release you to DCF, and DCF's going to have to figure out where you go.
Okay. When am I being released to DCF?
I think I just told you it takes a little while. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So hang loose. It's going to be a bit.
What kind of iPhone you got?
iPhone X.
X. Carlos, as you need to sign right here. This is saying that I'm taking an iPhone X. That's the model number and the serial number, and it's gray color. So that is saying that I'm taking it from your possession, and I'll give you a copy of it as well. I'll give you a copy for it. Be right back. Carlos, what is your cell phone number?
Excuse me?
Your cell phone number.
35911.
Alright. You good?
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Tired.
Tired?
I'll let you sit down.
Okay. Where are your shoes?
Still at the house.
Okay. My name's Pam. I'm with the Department of Children and Family.
Okay.
I know your name is Carlos, right?
Yes.
And what's your last name?
Hallowell. Hallowell.
And who lives with you at your house?
My mother.
And what's your address?
4419 Florida 34450.
Okay. And my theory is, well, what size shoes do you wear?
12.
I have a pair of Nikes 11 in my trunk. We'll see if you fit them. If you fit them, you can have them. They're brand new. Someone gave them to my brother, and I've had them in my trunk for about 6 months.
Cool.
So, so tell me why you're here.
Walked in on my mom with an axe in her head.
Wow.
And they're investigating what happened.
Did you hear anything? I mean, tell me.
Nope.
Where were you last night?
Last night, I was at home.
You stayed home all night?
Yeah, had to.
Why?
We had a funeral this morning to get to.
Who?
Kathy Malone.
Who's that?
Family friend of my mom's.
Okay, so this is where we're at. I have to find a place for you to stay.
Okay.
If I can't find a place for you to stay, then I'm going to have to shelter you and put you in foster care.
That's false. I can find a place.
At that point, at foster care, if it's tonight, we have no idea where you would be staying.
Okay.
So,
I can find somebody.
they have to pass a background screen, and I need to go to their house and check it out. And we have to do that now.
Okay.
So, do you have a phone?
They took my phone.
They took your phone. Who's they?
My girlfriend. They have her contact information.
All right. Why did she take your phone?
Oh, my girlfriend didn't. They took it. Whoever, cops, whatever, whatnot, took it.
All right. Where could you stay?
My girlfriend's house.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with who lives with her.
Parents. Both of them.
And where is that located?
Floral City.
And you want to call them now?
Sure.
Do you know their number?
No, they wrote down the contact information.
Officer McGill? Hello? I just need his girlfriend's information, please. He said you guys took his phone and for him to call people to stay with. They said who wrote? Did he write down your information or the other guys?
I don't know who
Other
wrote it.
guys. Okay, I'll just call them. All right, thank you. You don't know her. You don't know her.
No, I have it all in context.
Let's see what he says. What's your girlfriend's name?
Kayla Cook.
Hi, Detective Ritchie. I am here with Carlos, and he, we're trying to find a placement. So he said that you guys took his phone. How can I get numbers in that phone? Okay.
Somebody wrote down her number.
He said that somebody wrote down his girlfriend's number. Okay. All right. Do you know who it was that I can call? Ramos. Okay. All righty. Thank you. All right. Bye. Do you know where she lives?
Yes.
If we show up on the door, her door, what do you think's going to happen?
What time is it?
It is 4:30, and I'm not waiting until the morning. We're doing it now.
4:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're dead asleep right now.
Do you think her parents will let you stay there?
Yes, but
How long have you been dating?
over 6 months. I know their family well.
Okay. Is there? I need to get as many people as I can. Phone numbers. What about? Is there anybody else?
I don't remember his phone numbers except for my mom.
Who's? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, whoever
who's
wrote down-
Tyler Piff?
Tyler Piffith?
Uh-huh.
I can't stay at his house.
Why?
He's in college right now. His parents won't let me stay there.
Okay. What about Judy Embling?
Embling? I think so, but they're dead asleep as well. They won't answer their phones. They're old.
Who is that?
Close family friends.
Where's your father?
A single parent.
Well, I know, but where's your father? You had to have a father.
Adopted.
You were adopted?
Correct.
Adopted by your mom?
Correct. Adopted by a single parent.
Okay. How old were you when you were adopted?
4.
Who is Amy Alford? Alf.
She's neighbor.
Is she a possible if the?
Yes, but I prefer to go to Kayla's first.
Well, I gotta talk to my supervisor about that. Besides Kayla and Amy, is there anyone else, like if you go to church, maybe somebody at church, the pastor, or if you go to school, if you keep in contact with one of your teachers, or
Kylie Cusack, with her and her parents.
do you know how to spell the last name?
K-U-Z something, I don't know. Cusack.
Cusack.
Something like that.
You don't have her number.
No.
Do you know where she lives?
Yes.
Where does she live? Inverness?
Yes.
And how do you know her?
Friend from school. And I stay at her house sometimes when I'm out late.
Don't know what happened there. With your girlfriend, who lives in that household?
Her dad and her mom.
And have you ever stayed over there, like stayed the night over there or anything?
Not yet. I've stayed there until like 1, 2 a.m. But then I had to get home.
So, how you think that her parents would take you in, or
Yes.
you don't know?
Yes, probably.
Okay. What is your address now?
4419.
Oh, you gave it to me already. Wait, no, don't. Where did I put it? Here.
Second line.
And so you don't have a phone?
No.
Are you allowed to go back home?
No.
No. Is that all you grabbed? Was it what you have on your body?
They grabbed this for me, but yes, this is all I have.
Okay. All right. Well, we got shoes outside. I don't know if you want to take off your socks because it's wet out there a little bit, and then put on your socks when you get in the car.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's what I would do. I wouldn't want to put wet socks in shoes. And you don't know where Kayla's, you don't know her phone number, Kayla's?
No, some deputy wrote it down whenever they contacted Kayla and Ron and Judy and them.
So, when was the last time you talked to your mom?
That day,
About what time?
2:30.
What time did you find her?
I have no clue.
Was it, was it like recently, in the last 2 or 3 hours?
No. I found her today around like, I don't know, 5, or yesterday around 5-ish.
Saturday, you mean?
Yeah, whatever day today is or yesterday was.
And then why is, what have they been doing? It's 5 o'clock. That's like almost 12 hours.
Yep.
They've been doing what with you?
I've been sitting at the house and then I've been sitting here.
That's it?
That's it.
Have they questioned you?
They questioned me a bit and I've been sitting here, sleeping. And then they took my phone.
In here?
Correct.
All right. And what is your birth date?
12/10/2001.
And do you know your social security number?
772-4.
Amy, Kayla. And she lives in Inverness, you said?
Correct.
Where does Kayla live?
Floral City.
But like by what? You know how to get there?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how to get to Kylie's house?
Yes.
So if we go here, well, I gotta talk to my supervisor, see which one he wants me to take you to. But if I'm assuming you can go with me. When was the last time you've eaten anything?
2:30 yesterday.
Are you hungry?
No, not right now.
No. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go. My office is just right down the road here. We're just gonna go there.
Okay.
I'm gonna print up. Well, if I don't have to go, I won't go. But if I do, I will. I'll just call Chris when you get in the car and stuff. So. Officer McGill? Will come. Is he released to me? Is there anything else besides this that they grabbed for him?
Nope. Not that I know of.
What if how is he getting him his stuff?
That's all we have for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into Crime Circus. If you liked this video, please remember to smash the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. I'll try to get back to you. If you haven't joined my Patreon, please consider, or my YouTube membership. Either one is great, they're both the same thing. You know how to find me inside of the Cash App, #CrimeCircus. Or you can donate during live chats. I super appreciate it. Without your help, Crime Circus wouldn't be half as fresh as it is. So thank you. Anyways, do you think Carlos is a monster? Did his adopted mother deserve what happened to her? Do you think something else was going on between the two of them? If so, leave me a comment down below and we can talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, you can find Carlos Hallowell's second interrogation right here at Crime Circus. It was conducted by police 2 months after this first interrogation, and it's another 2 hours of video that you don't want to miss. Anyways, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.